Hello everyone, welcome to the fifth part, or is that what we're on? Are we on part 5 of this thing? I don't know what part this is. 6! Welcome to part 6 of the Ultimate Persona collection. We are finally at the bottom shelf. We have one more part to go after this. If you have not seen all the other parts, go ahead and check out on my channel those first couple parts. Plus a whole playlist of Persona videos that range from unboxings to reviews to everything in between, even some gameplay videos on there. So for this video, we have a few things. Now, actually, we have something that literally just showed up in the mail. This Persona 5 Velvet Room figure. I have 3 and 4. I already showed those on one of the other videos, but now we have Persona 5s. And these are all going to look really nice side by side on each other. They all have the same aesthetic, sitting on the Velvet Room chair. Just like that. There he is. Looking very smug, but for good reason. He kind of has earned it. So we're going to set that there, and that's going to go on the shelf somewhere. Honestly, doing this review, I've learned that I think I need to get in our shelf because everything's a little too packed up. In this video, there's going to be a lot of random things that we check out. Some collector's editions, some vinyls, and then a lot of memorabilia. Starting with this stuff. So here we have a little case, and this came with some special edition, and I have Makoto on there because she is the best Persona 5 girl. I have this little sticker with Ryuji on it. Not sure where I got it from, but it's cool, I guess. This is extensively garbage. Here we have a wall scroll for Persona 5 Tactica. This came with the collector's edition from Japan. This along with a mug, which was in the last part. We looked at that. I think the last part. No, 2 parts ago. I've done so many of these videos, and I've done all these within 24 hours, so it's kind of become a blur. But anyways, yeah, a couple things came with that. Here we have this patch. This patch actually you got for signing up for some Atlas newsletter or something like that. They sent you that in the mail. Pretty cool. These are just paper sleeves. These were, well, I think these might be postcards actually. If you've seen there's quite a few postcards there. This was just paper sleeve that one of the little standees came in. Here, I'll go ahead and put the other ones there. That's kind of garbage, but, you know, whatever. Here we have the Persona Dancing Collection 3 and 5 Collector's Edition for PS Vita. The Japanese version, as you can tell, came with the soundtrack and the games, and I'm sure there's a couple other things in there. Here we have PlayStation Vita skin for the Dancing All Night. Now, I have the Dancing All Night console, so I don't really need that, but I have it there just for fun. Here's a little postcard with this actually goes to the puzzle that came with the Persona 4 Arena Collector's Edition. I decided to keep the postcard because maybe I'll hang it up sometime or do something like that. Some 25th anniversary stuff. Have this little pouch right here that, quite frankly, I have no idea what I'll actually do with that. Probably nothing ever in my life. And then here's a bigger bag. Same design on there. Video games, live, stage plays, movies, animations, events. It's true. They do everything. I'm really excited about that Persona Live happening in Vegas. Or not Vegas. It'd be cool if I was in Vegas, in LA. Hoping I can make my way to that and see that live. So this is not official, but this is one of my favorite items because my wife made it for me. It's Teddy, and I'd like to get this framed one day and hang it up, but she's a really good artist. Art by Susan R. Go follow her on Instagram. She'll make you really anything. She made me a Zelda painting too, where it's Wind Waker and it has all the characters along on the Red Lion boat. Here we have a bag that came with the 25th anniversary stuff. If you ordered like $30 or $40 or something like that worth of stuff, they sent you that. Here we have some Persona 4 golden pins. Someone actually just threw this in. I was buying, it was one of the things off eBay that I bought a Persona, and he was like, hey, I have these pins, throw them in for $5. And I was like, sure. So that's how I ended up with those. We have this bag from Persona Q2. Put your 3DS in there. if you still play your 3DS. I actually do. Here we have not one, but two calendars, Persona 3 Reload and then Persona 5 Tactica. I think I mentioned in the unboxing videos that they literally just reused this and reskinned it. Quite hilarious. But yeah, calendars that are already out of date. Here we have Polonia Mall. I think that's how you say it, Polonia. This is a tote bag. This came with the Persona 3 Reload Collector's Edition from Japan. And speaking of Japanese collector's editions, this t-shirt also came with the Tactica edition. And you can see it has the chibi version of Joker. All there for glory. These are all great things that I wish I could find a place for them, and I wish I could display them somehow. But a lot of them are hard. Or like with the wall scroll, I'm just kind of out of space on the wall. But some cool things, some things that might actually be classified as garbage, but that's okay. I'm going to save those for a second, because we're going to move on to this. Here we have the Persona 5 Royale Straight Flush Edition. This was a Japanese version. I have an unboxing on this, along with almost all the other collector's editions on my channel. So if you want to see those, go ahead and check over my channel and subscribe to see future unboxings. Little plug right there for what you're already watching. It's an interesting plug. Here we have the 20th anniversary Persona 5 edition. I swear, I said this in one other video, but Persona 5 has had like 4 collector's editions. I can think of these two, and then the no, it's 4. I see the third one, because there's the Take Your Heart edition that came out in America. There's these two, and then there's the Persona 5 Royale Phantom Thieves edition, which we already looked at. The Joker mask, we had that on display, but there is the box with some other things inside of it. We have the Persona 4 Dancing All Night Disco Fever edition. Love this game. I need to do a video just about this game one day, because it is quite amazing, and it's so much better than people make it out to be, especially compared to Persona 3 and 5 dancing games. They really, really, really did a good job with 4, and yeah, it's a shame what happened after. These are a couple boxes that I keep. The 3DS box, we already looked at the 3DS. And one of the parts, God, I don't know, go watch all the parts, I guess, and you'll find the 3DS in there somewhere. And then Persona Q2 puzzle. I showed you the puzzle framed on my wall in the last part. This is the box it goes in. It's a nice little box. Nice art, so I decided to keep it. Also, if it says Persona on it, I have a very hard time getting rid of it. Here we have Persona 5. I think this is Strikers, I believe. I definitely did an unboxing on this if you want to check that out. You know what? Let's open it up. Yeah. Persona 5 Strikers on Nintendo Switch. Has the soundtrack in there. And then making of on Blu-ray, which is really, really cool. And then this box, these glossy cardboard. Talked about it before because a lot of Persona versions have that glossy cardboard. But I really, really appreciate it. Here we have some standees. These are definitely bootleg, but that's okay. You get fandom, celebrate it however you want. A lot of this stuff I have, actually most of the stuff I have here is official, but there are a couple things, and these, A, you can feel by the quality that these are fan-made, but B, they just randomly included the Persona 3 protagonists inside all the Persona 5 ones. And if you notice, going through these, oh, look, the whole cast is there, except we're missing one blue-haired companion. Actually, we're missing a couple, because I don't think Haru's on here. And Joker, Ryuji, Morgana. Yeah. Oh no, Haru's right there. No, it's just Yusuke. And they put the Persona 3 protagonist instead, because they probably just Googled it and looked it up. But they're really stylish, they're really cool, and they're nice to have. Here we have the Persona 2 Eternal Punishment Deluxe Edition that came out in Japan. Again, done an unboxing on this. Has a little watch in there. You can actually get this pretty cheap, surprisingly cheap for how old it is. I guess since it's only in Japanese. You can actually get a lot of Japanese games cheap. I think Japan is just a smaller market inherently, so things don't sell out as fast. So like, I don't know, just off the top of my head, like the Pokemon games for GBA and stuff, you can get those relatively cheap, especially compared to America. You just gotta know how to read Japanese. All right. The last thing we're gonna look at for this video are a bunch of vinyls, which I know you guys are just so excited about. And to start off, we have an unopened copy of Persona 1 and 2 on vinyl. Now, why is this unopened? And why is this Persona Dancing Collection on vinyl unopened? That's a great question. Well, to answer that question, let me show you this. Here is Persona Dancing Collection on vinyl opened. Now, you might be asking yourself, that one, Andrew, why'd you buy 2 copies? And that one, Andrew, why is this one kind of damaged in the corner? Well, you see, buying insurance on things is fantastic because when it's been a month and your things haven't shown up in the mail, you can say, hey, this hasn't shown up in the mail. I think it's lost. And then they send you a replacement for free. And then, no joke, 10 months later, the original shows up on your doorstep. I have no idea how that happened. It was hilarious. But yeah, that's why I now have 2 copies of both Persona 1 and 2 and then the Persona 3 dancing ones. And I've thought about giving them away or maybe doing a giveaway or something, but I'm just not sure. We'll see what I end up doing with it. Here we have the Persona 5 vinyls. I don't think I've actually opened too many of these and unboxed a lot of these, but I have a couple of them. Maybe one day, if you guys say in the comments, like, hey, I would really like, and that goes for anything in this whole collection, like, hey, can you talk more about this or unbox this or go in more depth about that, let me know, and I would be happy to. We have the Persona 4 Golden vinyl. A lot of these actually are sealed because we don't even have our vinyl player hooked up. There's just no space for it. But I think like with a lot of people, especially these days, you buy vinyls not to listen to, but to really collect. I mean, you might listen to them once or twice, but it's so much easier just turning on, Spotify or YouTube Music or something like that. Persona 4 Arena, the original. We have the Persona 5 Mega Mix. And we have here the Persona 3 Reload Mega Mix. And above that, we have the Persona 4 Mega Mix. Which I really appreciate them doing these Mega Mix, like, cheaper options because A, the originals that we'll get to later are expensive, but also a lot of them sold out and they keep coming in and out of stock. These are a nice, more affordable option, and they kind of give you something similar. Here we have the Persona 4 Arena and Arena Ultimax, which the music in these games is fantastic. Then we have the full Persona 3 Reload soundtrack on vinyl. And we have Persona Q. So I think if they continue this, which I was really surprised that they did Persona Q and Persona Arena, I assume at this point they're going to do Q2 and Tactica and Scramble, because I mean, you've already done everything else at this point. Why would you not do them? So yeah, have a lot of the vinyls, and then one more thing on this shelf, and then one more thing after that. We have the complete box that has all, oh my goodness, it's so heavy, has all the vinyls in them. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's see if we can slide these out. So here, oh, the style, so good. It's so retro. Love it. But we have the Persona 1. And this is Persona 2. And it's an Eternal Punishment on one box set. I'm running out of room. I'm going to set them over here. I'm afraid I'm going to crush these. even though most of them are in boxes. Some of them are in thin cardboard. You guessed it, Persona 3. Very good artwork. The art on all these is actually really, really, really well done, which I know vinyls, that's like most of the allure, I guess, is the art. Persona 4. And then I don't have 5 in here. You saw 5 earlier. I actually put 5 Royale, which really looks good and has this cardboard sleeve. It has that gold in it. It's really nice. But yeah, those are all the records. I don't have the vinyl player. I actually saw it on sale yesterday. It's you know, at some point you have to say enough is enough, you know? And would I like the vinyl player of Persona, the 25th anniversary? Sure, I guess. Do I want to spend $800 on it? No. Do I think it's worth that? No. Do I need it? No. So that's why I didn't get it. So believe it or not, after all these collection videos, you're like, wow, he owns everything. No, I don't. Not even close. Not even close. There's quite a few things that I can think of off the top of my head, like the Persona Q Famitsu edition from Japan. Had like a mug in it or something like that, and a couple things. I don't have that. I don't have the Persona 4 Famitsu edition, which is their collector's edition. That one's actually kind of hard to get. Tons of figures. I don't have tons of figures. I don't have. I only have a very small handful. Anyways, I'm just thinking out loud. Last thing is we have this deck, which this was also part of the limited run thing. I only got the Persona 3 female one. I think they had one for the male one, and then also Persona 4. But again, at some point you have to say, I'm out of room. And when you have actually 2 shelves full of Persona stuff, that's when you start going, I think we have enough. At least for now. Anyways, that's going to be the end of part 6, 5, whatever part it is. We have one more part after this. We're going to go into our library, which is not a real library. It's slightly bigger than a walk-in closet that we put some books in. But we're going to look at all of the Persona books I have, and that will be the last episode. So if you're excited to see that, go ahead, subscribe. Let me know in the comments, what of all this do you like the most? How much of this do you have? Do you own the vinyl player? It's really cool if you do. I think that's awesome. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.